so I'm gonna, by show of hands, who here is in the B2B industry? And who's in B2C? All right, so we're about 60% B2B in the room, maybe a little more. So what I'm going to show you is there's this really cool new product that was just launched by LinkedIn, and it's very similar to Facebook's product. So LinkedIn, as you know, is a fantastic B2B platform. However, even though what I'm showing you is LinkedIn, is brand new, and it's awesome, Facebook has an almost identical product. So keep in mind, anything here, you can do almost the same exact thing with Facebook and Instagram. Instagram actually just rolled out with this 1 week ago. And so I want to show you guys. It's really cool. I don't know how you turn the screen back on.
A bunch of geeks in the room. Someone's got to go.
That word? Alright, that didn't do anything. Can you go do that works here? Awesome. Anyone here use LinkedIn ads by chance, by show of hands?
Not all together, please.
Not all together? 1, 2, 3 people. Anyone here use Facebook ads for their business? All right, so like a third of the room. Who here use Google AdWords? All right, like a quarter of the room. And who here uses more than one advertising platform? All right, very impressive. Anyone use any other advertising other than what I mentioned? Instagram, Bing, Snapchat. What do you use?
Instagram.
Instagram. Do you only use Instagram?
No, combined with Facebook.
Do you separate the audience, the placements?
No, not really.
Anybody have on Tinder?
He wants to know if you saw his ads. He wants to know who they're delivering. Could you come out and help us? Anyway, so let me tell you just a little about LinkedIn. LinkedIn was bought out by Microsoft for like $17–18 billion last year. And a lot of people were kind of making fun of this. You know, Microsoft works, that's an oxymoron, if you guys remember that. People used to call that. And what's great, I thought it was going to revolutionize the advertising agency, the advertising world. Because Microsoft owns Bing. Bing is like Google's very little shadow. They're actually, if you have success in Google AdWords, you should definitely do Bing because there's better ROI. You just don't get to scale of Google, just as a side note. So they're already in Bing. They own Skype, where they do placement advertising, even though they place Google ads. And now they own LinkedIn, which is basically the only platform, for B2B advertising. So I really think that Microsoft is making a great push into Google's basically monopoly of Google and Facebook's strength and powerhouses in online advertising. So don't be surprised if you start to see Microsoft making larger gains in the future, specifically here on LinkedIn. So one thing you should focus on is specifically the last 2 months, LinkedIn has made huge changes into the way that you can deliver your ads to the people that you want to target. Now, does anyone here pay for any of the premium LinkedIn? It was like $50, $10, $100 a month. So we had like 7 people. And so I know they made some changes there, but what you'll start to see is a lot of the services that they provide for people that pay for premium LinkedIn, they're going to start letting people use them in their advertising. So what I'm going to talk about, like I said, is LinkedIn lead generation. I'm going to get into it more in a moment once they get this set up. But they also launched something new called Audience Match. Anyone familiar with Audience Match with Google or Facebook? Has anyone ever used Audience Match? So we got 2 people. So Audience Match is awesome. What it does is you upload your data. You upload, let's say, an email list. People you know, any information you might have on a list, on clients, on prospects, people that filled out leads into Facebook or into Google, and now LinkedIn. And what it does is it matches it with people within Facebook or with all the data that Google has on you, which is like everything. And then they're able to say, okay, you wanted this person that you brought off data from offline. We're going to match that audience and find that person online, and we're going to show them your relative ads based on your grouping of the people that you have. It's really cool. So imagine hypothetically if people here, if I have your email address, I can put in the LinkedIn, and then in the future, in an audience match, and show you ads if, let's say, there were to be another event here at Google Campus, right? What better way to get the message right directly out in front of you? The same thing you can do on Facebook, the same thing you can do with Google. Now, one thing that really separates LinkedIn is that it's the B2B. Now, everyone has, the problem is that everyone has, most people have a work email and a private email, right? So on Facebook, almost everyone exclusively uses their non-business email. So if, let's say here, a lot of people, I saw about 60% of people that signed up emails had a domain at a business. It wasn't at Gmail or whatever. So what that means is that we can now, Facebook cannot use the audience match for B2B because I can upload, if you upload business emails, Facebook cannot match those emails with the people using Facebook and Instagram. However, LinkedIn has those emails, has your business emails.
Yeah. Awesome.
In addition to LinkedIn having business emails, I'll finish up and get into the lead gen. And LinkedIn also uses a lot of network to connect your Facebook to apps owned by Microsoft. And so now Microsoft, now doesn't just associate your LinkedIn profile with your business email that you provided, but also your private email. So basically, whether you provided your private or your business email, we can now remarket to you on LinkedIn B2B. And that is something that you cannot do on Facebook. I know they're trying to make a big push in B2B, even though they might have many more users than LinkedIn, but they do not have the same targeting. So now I'm going to get to the main thing I wanted to focus on here, where you guys can take home, and there's this thing very similar, and actually it's better integrated on Facebook, because Facebook's had this for a while. This literally just started on April 4th. I started launching it right away for myself and a lot of startup B2B clients. I also do this for Facebook ads for B2C clients. So I just want to show you this is what the LinkedIn advertising platform looks like. You log in based on your page, on your LinkedIn page. So here are 3 campaigns that I have set up, and I'll just show you. This is last month, just so you understand. I'm targeting Israeli startups, which I'll just show you through real fast and see how you guys can use this right away for your businesses, and I'll even show you my data. I can't show you my leads, but I'll show you the data that I got, and you'll see how powerful this is in a moment. So here I'm targeting startups in marketing. Here I'm targeting agencies in North America and Australia, and here I'm offering a free review to the US and Canada. And what happens is, so here's and you can already see, for $296, I got 20,000 impressions and 171 clicks. But here's where it looks great. Here's where the data that really matters, what you actually care about. We go, and I'm just going to focus on the Israeli startup because that was my main one that I'm running. So I was able to get 117 people open the lead. And I'm going to show you how this is done in a second. Of them, 11 people filled out a form. On this form, I have all your information, including your cell phone number, your work email, and your private email, and everything that you do. Now, I don't ask for that much because I can find it on LinkedIn easily. I just ask for I just get your cell phone number and your email and your name and company because I want to increase conversion rates. So you can see I have a 9.4 conversion rate of your cell phone number just in lead generation of LinkedIn. If you want to be a first mover and you want to get cell phone numbers of your B2B contacts, of B2B prospects that are interested, the power here, what you can do with LinkedIn, is very strong. And the same goes for B2C on Facebook and Instagram. So this is what, so I have two for the Israeli. I have an English one and a Hebrew one. So let me show you a little bit of this is what my ad looks like for the for English speakers that I'm targeting. So the reason why I use my logo, which I generally do not recommend unless you have good branding, is that I'm trying to brand Israel's a very small pond, and my company is called Silicon Wadi, because I'm trying to reach, it's called WadiDigital because I'm trying to reach Silicon Wadi, right? Our Silicon Valley here. So I'm speaking directly to the people that I'm trying to target. So here, let me show you my targeting, and then what you'll be able to see here, so here's how I target. And then you'll understand why I make my ads exactly as it is. So I'm targeting all marketing in Israel, marketing managers, right here, and then all the people that are interested in startups, that have it as a skill, meaning that they're active, that they have it as a skill, something that they promote. So either it means that they work at a startup, or that they're interested in it. So this is how I target it. If you're targeting, one of the great things about LinkedIn targeting, which I'm not going to go into, it's time for another time, you can target people based on groups. Groups is great if you have a huge audience. So let's say I want to target people, is what I'm doing in the US, people that are in like a Google AdWords group. I can target those people directly. I know that they're really into Google AdWords because why would you join a group on LinkedIn? but but it really narrows down your audience. You need a minimum of 1,000 people to target, so you really need to have a wide net. So that would be like if you were targeting the States. So we already know that I'm targeting people in marketing and startups, right? And I want to get to these executives. So I have their job title, I have how long they've been at their job is what I'm targeting, and then they're interested in startups, the marketing manager. So I speak right to them. Now it's a cost per click. So meaning if they see the ad and they don't click, I don't pay a penny. So so I talk to them right away. I say, startup marketing executive. Are you startup marketing executive? If they're not, they're going to scroll right past it. Excellent. I didn't pay for anything. And then I go, WadiDigital helps, right? Startups in Silicon Valley. I'm speaking to them with digital marketing. Fill out the form for free review on all your accounts, yada. Now, one of the important things you want is that you talk to who your audience is. Startup marketing executives, right? So we get their attention, and they're more likely to click if they're that. We're also weeding out the people that aren't. We don't want people to click that aren't who the people I'm looking for. The other thing, in addition to speaking their language, yada, we're in Israel, right? Silicon Valley. I'm telling them that this is the main thing that people who do lead generation forms on Facebook make a mistake, is they do not tell them they're going to be filling out a form. Because most people that see a form from an ad, they're not expecting a form. They're expected to go to a landing page off the platform. And we're going to send them a form. I'm going to show you what it looks like in a minute. I'm going to show you my form, and I'll even show you my data. So we tell them, so as soon as they click the form, we get, this is what it looks like. It pops up on the right. You're on your right. So this opens up, and this is on mobile. This is on my mobile, and then moving over to desktop too, LinkedIn. So you literally, so you can imagine this on your phone, and you to correlate your audience, the ad, and then what they're seeing in the lead. Really cool. So we're going to tell them free startup marketing, review, and audit. Exactly what they saw in the ad, right? And then click submit. Now, I already paid for the clip. Whatever they do here doesn't matter, I already paid. So all I want to do is get them to click submit, because Google will automatically populate not just your email, your phone number, your name, and your company, but you have all these other things and more things that you can target them. I can have pre-populated, meaning it's loaded in LinkedIn, takes 0 time to load. You're not going to another website, you're not leaving a platform that's already there. In addition, everything's accurate. There's no room, and they can't edit it. Either they can leave, hit back, or hit submit. I think you can only edit your name or something. So it's extremely powerful. And so we go right to them, and I tell them, do you want a free review, right? AdWords, LinkedIn, Facebook, SEO. Hit submit. You need to have a privacy policy on your website. Hit submit. That's it. Then they get to this page where I just say, congrats, you and your startup will be kind of better for marketing, and I put my cell phone. And here I send it to my homepage. On my other leads, I send it to my testimonials. And then when it comes out here, I have 4 lead forms based on my things. And you come here, and you, under tools, you go to lead forms, and you download your lead, and it's in a spreadsheet. If you zap your other integrations, you can have it sent straight to your CRM, or you can get individual emails. And that it's really that easy. You connect the dots. You get the right targeting. You speak to the targeting in the ad. So you make sure that only the people that are right that you want to click. Tell them there's a form, so they're ready for it, and get them straight call to action to submit, because you already paid for the clip. And then just like that, you have all their information, and I pick up the phone and I call them. I check twice a day, and whenever I get leads, I pick up the phone and call them. Does anyone have a first question? Anybody?
What's your average CPA?
Oh yeah, here. So let me show you my. So I've had 117 lead forms. I had 11 leads. This includes phone numbers, a 9.4% lead form completion rate. Has anyone here ever heard of that? Even if you just said emails, can you imagine someone clicking your ad from your website getting 9%? But I also have their phone number. I don't even email them, I call them. And so I got $27 per lead. My American ones are worth more, because in targeting agencies, they're much more line of business. And over 80% of them have been great leads. I've already closed 2 of them. Yeah?
I have a problem with marketing, and maybe you can give some advices. Like me personally, I don't have any children, and I get millions of advertiser things for diapers or things for children, and I don't know, maybe one time I clicked by a mistake on something, and then they decided that I'm like the target market. And first of all, I would prefer for myself even to get more interesting things that are more related to me, and it's really a waste of time and a waste of advertising space to give me something that is completely irrelevant to me. It's like I will give you advertisement for bikini and you're a man, It's like,
right.
So how can me as a business person, if I want to target the correct audience, can stop remarketing that is over and over and over marketing for audience that is completely irrelevant.
Okay, so there are two sides to that. One, there's the consumer. Right, by show of hands, who here has seen so much remarketing of a product that's not related to them? Everybody, okay? I actually just messaged someone that was trying to sell me running bras. I messaged them saying, like, I could do your Facebook ads and not waste half your money targeting men. And it's on Facebook. It was like, it's really easy to target gender on Facebook. Yeah, right. And then there's so there's two aspects. One, by the way, on Facebook you can say this ad is not related to me. You can also see your ad preference on Facebook. I'll talk about each platform. LinkedIn doesn't have this yet. You can't tell them no. It's also not oversaturated with ads. Facebook, you can actually on the drop down, like you say like hide this. There's a drop down for ads on the top right. There's a caret where you can say this ad is not relevant to me, and sometimes you can say why. So they start to understand. You can also look at your ad preferences, what Facebook thinks you like and are interested in. So you can remove you can write that, I'm not interested in this and start Xing out of things. So like my brother's a chef. I'm really not interested in chefs, but they target that as my interest because I share some of the stuff and I like the page and I interact with it. So I mean, that's another way to go in and say I'm not interested in seeing ads regarding chefs because there's enough recipes on my newsfeed, not from ads. The people the videos that they share. The other thing is Google's the same thing. In the top right corner, you can say that's not related. Unfortunately, you can't do it on YouTube. That's where I get really annoyed. But as an advertiser, there's something called how many times you want your ad to see, a banner ad, in a day. So you can limit it to 1, 2, 3, how many times you want a day. And for most of my medium and smaller campaigns, for my startups, I limit it to like 3, 4 times a day at most.
Yeah, okay, but still, like, okay, you tell me as a customer, I can hide advertisement. But me, as a business person, that I want to target the correct audience, and maybe I'm sending advertisement for diapers for people here that really don't have any children and have no interest in that, and they're getting them all the time, and they don't know that there is a possibility to block it, and maybe they're even clicking on it by mistake or something.
Right.
Like, how can I, let's say I have a company of diapers or something, how can I stop retargeting audience that is completely irrelevant and are exposed to my product over and over and over without
That's why I hire an expert agency. And even if not, if you spend an hour and a half learning, you can do it yourself. You can only target parents. Even on Facebook and Instagram, you can target parents with how old their children are. And even on Google banners, you can target parents and non-parents.
Okay, so you think...
So if they're doing it wrong. I mean, it's totally possible. It's totally possible. On LinkedIn, you can't target their parent. Only if it's related. Any more questions? All right, cool. So we'll be doing a Q&A also later. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to hold them, or if you come up with any, I'm happy to address them, and also be hanging around here if you have any questions about advertising, lead gen, or anything of the sort. Thanks for your time.